Alright, lads, we are back again for another episode of Construction Talk with the Lads. My name is Matthew.
My name is Emmanuel.
I'm Victor, the blackest man in Black Africa.
Blackest man in Black Africa. And today, this is our second episode of Construction Talk with the Lads, which is a series of podcasts that we do under our channel, Reverse Construction. And today we want to talk about a very interesting topic. One that we've been thinking about for some time, even though I'm the one who introduced the topic, and it's gender equality in construction. I want to start with Victor, because Victor gets excited when he hears that topic. What do you think, Victor?
Okay. Now, gender equality actually it's a topic that cuts across every sphere.
True.
Not only in construction.
Sure.
And to understand it, we must get to know our history well,
Okay.
how the past has been, what the current is, and what the future holds.
Okay.
So for the past, we've had this thought that women and they don't have space in construction, but that is slowly changing. We are about 3%. The women coming in construction globally.
What do you mean by 3%?
3% of the workforce.
Oh, 3% of the workforce in construction.
Yeah, we have architects, quantity surveyors,
Okay.
even hands-on. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I've seen women in construction doing the heavy jobs.
Yeah. What we thought,
The lifting. Yeah.
what like maybe 3 decades ago, people thought it was impossible,
Sure.
but it's now possible.
Mm.
Now, when we talk about gender equality, we talk about empowerment,
Yeah.
encouragement to our female counterparts.
Okay.
Our relationship with them is quite complementary.
Okay.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah. So I'm of the thought that women in construction, it's a really good space, but what we are doing, our what we are driving at the moment is not being done well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you mean? Like elaborate on that?
I said we should know our history. First of all, let me hope I'm not being presumptuous. So our history has been that when we are in primary school, after finishing our KCPE,
Yeah.
a lady gets admitted to school on lower points.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm going to national school at 380, a lady is going to the same school at 360. After KCSE,
Yeah.
a lady joins campus on lower points. If you are getting to this bachelor's degree course
Yeah.
at if I'm getting at a B+, the lady is getting at a B. Now, I feel this sort of contradicts the encouragement that we have. That is belittling the ladies, because we are giving them this leeway based on the fact that they are women. Like, we are telling them, you are a woman, you cannot get this on the same platform as a man. We must lower for you to get it. You know.
Okay.
That is my thought. The same in construction. We've had companies getting to absorb people, but they say 40% is for women. I think it should be really debated upon, or agreeably let us make a decision to give you work according to your capabilities. What are you bringing?
Yeah.
What
What are you bringing to the table?
What are you bringing to
The
the
construction table.
The construction
The
table.
construction
To
table.
add on that,
Yeah.
the construction industry, it's an industry for everyone,
Absolutely.
whereby anyone can fit in.
Sure.
So, for women and for even the males, it should be based on are you who's best for the job. See,
Yeah.
in the hiring, it should not be like how Victor said, 40% should be for women and this number of slots. Everybody should come to the table. Then if they're doing the qualifications, they see what are you good at.
Yeah.
Then on that, people should be employed based on it.
I just wanna kind of add to what you guys have said, and because it seems like we're on the same pattern for once. Last time we were having a petrol head, we had someone who's for Elon Musk here with electric cars, but today we seem to be kind of resonating in the same frequency. And my thoughts are, look, this is something that we were told, and probably it is true. Seeds, statistics don't lie. You taught me that. Statistics never lie. I've always lived with that statement. We were taught from our mentorship program, because we were all here in some mentorship program, and we were told when we're starting construction practice, when we as men or males are starting, let's say from 0, women seem to be starting from -20. And why is that? It seems there's a society kind of notion that women are not as strong or capable as men, especially to do this tough kind of work, like either it could be manual or even the consultancy part of it. So when a woman walks into a construction site, people regard her soft. You're here to serve some tea, run some errands. Something that would not use a lot of energy as compared to lifting masonry stones, mixing concrete. So you find that already the notion there, it's like a what is it called? Like a predetermined thoughts. That when you're coming to the construction site as a woman, you're not really giving much in terms of aspects to do with the strength aspects. And that's a wrong notion. That's a wrong notion. However, allow me to kind of give a description of where that notion may have come from. And if we look at ourselves from a biological perspective, it's good that our entrepreneurship lecturer taught us this a couple of days back, that by nature, the way we men are built, what is the name of that hormone again? I don't wanna misspell it.
Testosterone.
That one. I don't want to get the pronunciation wrong. That one. Let me call it the T hormone. So the T hormone sips tea and water for me. So the T hormone kind of is all about aggression, endurance, strength, muscle, persistence, hard work, pushing beyond limits. While on the other side, for women, we're talking about estrogen. Softness, warmth, love, affection, the need to be loved and the need to love, and it's associated more with emotions. So you find that, and the fact that it's the predominant hormone in the women, that's why women are more associated with softness. I mean, look at even when you are in your home. It's not to say that if we as future fathers cannot take care of the child, but there's that sense of emotional connection that is stronger between mother and child. And so you take that notion to construction and you're like, she's here to serve us tea when we are tired. I mean, even Mama Uji is a woman. She'll take care of us when we are hungry. That nurturing kind of aspect. And so now the problem is people don't know how to differentiate between that and professionalism, because we are entering into a period when women are actually doing better than us in class, in the engineering classes. Opinions are opinions, but so the question is, why should they be seen as people who are not as equally capable as us? And that's why, because we kind of had this conversation before we recorded it, and I was telling you guys about initiatives like Wire. For those of you who don't know, Wire it stands for Women in Real Estate, and it's program that has been initiated to advocate for empowerment of women in construction and to bring them together to network, where we have the professionals already in the practice mentoring students and other girls into construction and real estate. And so for me, that's a really good it's a really good initiative to support the girl child who's starting from -20.
Yeah.
Because when the three of us are starting at 20, zero, and then the girl is starting from -20, she needs someone to uplift her. Now where the problem comes is what he says, is that we are now creating this notion we should have a sense of giving them specific slots purely for women. No, I think we should focus more on the empowerment side, such that they're so good we don't even need to put slots for them. They'll qualify by merit. They'll get that job not because of the fact that they're women, but because of the fact that they actually deserve it. And as I hand over the mantle for speaking, I would like to just mention one of the women I very much look up to in the construction, and that's the current Architectural Association of Kenya president, Miss Florence Nyole. To me, when she posted on Twitter that she's vying for presidency, I didn't even think twice. I said, I endorse. I endorse because forget the fact that she's a woman. Forget that part. She has done a spectacular job in the construction. She has served the construction industry in ways that are just tremendous. Yeah. You look at the initiatives she's been involved in. I personally, I think I only met her once. We didn't talk, but I saw her physically at the book launch of the book Don't Buy That House by National Choir. I had the privilege of attending that session. And so and other contributions she has had to the construction industry, like, I think she's part of a team that was like an ad hoc committee that was evaluating the status of Eldoret to see if it fits into the criteria of being called a city. You remember? And so when you think of it that way, yes, there are people who are advocating for her, girl power, go for it. And she even posted those videos from international architectural bodies. And that's okay. It's good. Let them root for their fellow woman. But for me, I advocated for her not because she's a woman, but because she's capable.
She's competent.
She's up to the task. And so exactly. So for me, let's have the wire, and I think there's also another one called Build Her. So let's have such kind of empowerment programs. Teach these girls that yes, you can do it. Mentor them, because they're starting from a lower point of they're starting at a lower level, the -20, due to society notion. But that shouldn't be a reason why we're now giving them jobs because they're women. They should also be capable enough. That would be it for now.
Also, I think speaking of the empowerment should begin right from the high schools and even primary, because you find that for the same notion that women are not fit for the construction, you find that they also have this mentality back for themselves. So the organizations such as WIRE should have the initiative to go back into the high schools and tell our girls that there's some space in the industry for girls, you see. Because you remember, like, when we were in year one and we were being asked, how did you find yourself in the industry? And nearly all girls, they were like, maybe this is where my cluster points placed me. Nobody, it was not a conscious decision to join the construction industry. So I think more emphasis should be put on that and create more awareness to the girls that there's always a role they can play in our industry. There's a position for them.
I totally agree.
There's something you disagreed with me though. About them
them
being
flashing
better at
us.
us.
We're just the same. We're just
Yeah, but
above average.
they do it for themselves. I mean, like I said, statistics don't lie.
It's okay.
Never lie.
So actually, I wanted to actually add on something.
Sure.
We have this notion as a country and as a people that the ladies in the construction, they can't get in because of tough jobs. Yeah. But this is I tend to term it, we need to decolonize our minds. Yeah.
Okay.
Because in construction we have QSs,
Yes.
we have architects. These people just come to check for works. Yeah. They don't do those hard tasks. But people are still, when you go back in my village, they tell a lady, unaenda mjengo unaenda kutafuta nini? Yeah, so I think we should start telling our siblings, we should start telling our people that in construction there are lots of jobs.
Sure.
Yeah, like an example is the architect Zaha Hadid.
That's a good one. She's
Yeah.
she's like,
This lady was so brilliant in her designs, that even the industry forgot that this was a lady.
exactly.
That is the level of competence.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The industry forgot.
Exactly.
So I think there's too much space. We need not to limit ourselves to like having a certain percentage of slots to ladies.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, that we complement each other.
True.
We men, we are very practical, very pragmatic. We lift this cup, we take it to the kitchen because it's dirty. Yeah. Women tend to be more creative. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why we can incorporate many women to design aspects of our. That's why you find interior designers, most of them women.
Okay.
Yeah. So these points, like we have some space to be filled. It's just that we need women to be more competent. They are competent. I really much agree. I've worked with a lady friend. She's doing her stuff. Yeah. It's crazy.
Okay.
So the bottom line is respect our ladies. Respect them in all manners, including the empowerment. Let's do the empowerment right, because we've been doing it wrong, according to me.
I like what you said. Sorry. I like what you said because there was one time I was out with someone and she asked me, "Are you a feminist?" I said no. "You're a chauvinist?" I said no. "So what are you?" I said, "I'm just me. I'm just Matthew."
Mutero
himself. Because look, it's not that I am against women empowerment, because that's more or less what feminists are trying to do, but to some degree you feel like they are going on overdrive, or at least some of them, and I don't want to be associated with that. I just want to live my life, man. God gave me one life to live. So what I want to do instead is, from my area of influence, I just like the way we're doing this. That's the whole reason why we're having this conversation. From our area of influence, we can share that indeed, when it comes to, and I like what Victor said, we complement each other. Because agreeably, and this is even from a biological aspect, there are things that women will do better than men. And there are things men will do better than women.
Absolutely.
And that's why you find, again, the entrepreneurship class, we were told women don't want, let's say in a social setting or in a relationship setting, they don't want power. By default, they don't want power. So even if you find that maybe this, let's say, a certain lady, she's the CEO of a company, she's the chief engineer or chief principal maybe of a school, like she's the top, she's the lead. During the day, she'll be aggressive. She will, back orders, right, left, center. the whole day. But when it comes to the evening, she wants to be baby girl.
Baby girl treatment up and apart.
Yeah. And so she will, because how I look at it is, to some degree it's like we all have a sense of masculine energy and feminine energy. Only that for the men, the masculine energy is more dominant. For the women, the female. We should have some house rules. Phones to be on vibrate or silent. Okay. But
My whips.
yeah, your whips are coming after this. So as I was saying, like by default, you have men, at least authentic men, clinging to their masculine side, and authentic women clinging to their feminine side. So when a woman who's a CEO, who's a chief engineer, when she wakes up in the morning and goes to work, it's like to some degree she enters into her sense of masculinity, because that masculineness is the one that's all about aggression, all about strictness. But since that's not where she technically belongs, and she doesn't want to be there forever, at least for the good ones, in the evening she'll want to put all that aside and be called baby girl in the evening. So she'll switch back to her feminine side. You wanna say something? Okay.
I truly agree.
Oh, you agree? He's probably agreeing from experience.
Oh my god.
So you find that
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, and ask them. I mean, just take some time. Yeah, in a matatu, in social events, ask them, ask the ladies. Fine, yeah, they are in high positions of power, but the true feminine woman doesn't want the power. She wants to sit down, lay back, and just be pampered and cared and loved and be affectionate, and then cause chaos just for the fun of it, and then smile. Because that's feminine energy, honestly. And you cannot help it. That's why even for me, when I look at someone, today we are happy, are you excited? And then tomorrow you don't even want to talk to me, I'll be like, I understand. Feminine energy is chaotic, and that's just how it is. So you appreciate it instead of getting battered. And so in that sense, back to the construction sense, when she's that CEO, that sense of having to push a little bit, and that's why you remember even our mentor saying women need to, when it comes to construction, forget about I speak, I'm shy, I speak with a low tone. You have to get rid of that for your own sake, because if you don't, you're going to have a problem commanding people to do what you do or what you need them to do. Because agreeably, even I was thinking about it, I've sent you guys that article from Business Daily. Yeah, you realize that, in all honesty, some ruthless truth over here, but in some situations, dictatorship kidogo ni muhimu. Dictatorship kidogo si sana, muhimu kidogo tu, so that people, they are straight. They are straight. Maybe even that's challenge we are facing as Kenya. Imagine if you had a policy where if you're a contractor and you don't finish your project on time, you will receive 5 strokes of the cane a day for every day that you go beyond time, even if you had extension of period. Alafu hiyo ishe. After that, 5 strokes. Tell me how many contractors will waste time.
Actually, there's something like that happening. I was in a Twitter space yesterday by Daktari Patrick.
Okay.
So there's this guy from USA was telling us that in their area where the contractors, if you delay your work, let's say by a week or whatever period you've delayed, you're being taxed according to per day. So if you extend your work in 2 weeks, there's some interest that keeps on adding after.
But don't Kenya doesn't Kenya have such a similar thing? What does JBCC say about that, Victor? about. If you're not sure, it's fine.
I'm sure, but
About
extension of time.
going beyond the allocated time.
But we have the any what is this?
okay, someone the client
Can sue.
can claim
Okay.
and sue the contractor maybe for some damages.
For damages. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think maybe
But the
even-
problem is,
Mhm.
actually, sometimes these delays are partly caused by the client.
Well, true.
Yeah. So the contractor is not at fault, but I think we should streamline the industry more. around the same, yeah.
And maybe even the people viewing and listening in can tell us in the comment section, what do you think so far about gender equality in construction? And also, should we introduce whips for non-compliant contractors? Anyway, but generally what we can agree, even as we come closer to the end of this session, is that due to the natural fact that society as we speak right now, maybe things will be different in the future because things have been changing. Yeah. As of now, let the women be empowered
In the right.
in the right way. Give them that, because even ourselves were being mentored, so should they. Give them that sense of belonging and confidence that yes, if Matthew, Victor, and Emmanuel can do this, so can you. Yeah. And from there, they will have that courage to pursue their dreams because they're doing it as we speak. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, myself, and I think I've just talked about the AAK president. Yeah. But myself, there are people I look up to who are women in the construction industry, and the thought of them being either a man or a woman doesn't cross my mind. I just look at how capable, how disciplined, how efficient they do their work, and that's the kind of mentality we should have. There's this Chinese contractor, ZJCC. I don't want to say the full names because they're Chinese and I'm not fluent in Chinese. But they have done some degree, I think they did GTC.
Yeah.
And one, they're also doing, there's a project, best of my knowledge, they have a project in Shiromo. And now the one that I am mostly interested in is Nairobi 88. Yeah. Now in Nairobi 88, when I was there last year I think, something I learned is that they actually do what we're talking about. They are an equal gender employer rather. Just be capable. Yeah. I would rather my firm or our firm, if we start a company, I would, if we are going to hire women only, but they better be capable.
Yeah.
If we're going to hire, like it's the same.
It cuts across.
It cuts across both. Yani, if it's all men, but they're there by merit, well and good. If it's all women, but they're there by merit, all good. I appreciate the element of being what he said about complementing each other, being diverse. That's fine. So in that field of being diverse, I'm not going to give you that portion simply because you're a woman. Let's say we have a secretarial vacant seat, and chances are, the way people say women can multitask, women are good at memory, and of course, you want, because like, okay, maybe a receptionist, she's the one who's going to smile enough to welcome, to tell you whether you are going to walk in or walk out of that office. But it has to be from a point of view that you're capable. So even if Victor decides, I'm going to be the receptionist,
But I can't smile.
hey, fine, who can smile between us? Maybe Kaisa is the biggest smile. If Kaisa can decide, I'm capable for this,
Yeah.
and he proves it, to me, he should get the job.
Yeah.
Because yes, there are elements that some of us, men are good at, and women, and the reverse is true. So we're not going to argue with nature. God created us in his own magnificent ways, and he has a reason for that. But my point is, employ people on merit. yes, we understand that women are at a low advantage, so empower them. And we even ourselves as we stand here. Yeah. If you guys remember the Oracle talk, I think there was a lady by the name Marion, and she said, hold the lady's hand. He's smiling because he knows he's already on his way there. Yeah, hold the lady's hand. Sure, it's capable. And from there, we'll appreciate each other. You know, we will appreciate each other's strengths, we'll appreciate each other's weaknesses, such that he is in his masculine core, she is in her feminine core, but she's an engineer. She will work all day commanding orders, lakini usiku ikikuja, yes daddy the whole night. Mpaka majirani wanajua, yes. There's a man of Nyali in that house. That's the beauty of our differences. Let's embrace our differences in that regard. But when it comes to professionalism, we are equal. Because I don't think any of us is smarter than the other intellectually. Seems water.
On that, I think even on the women can also stay in their true selves, because the construction industry is very wide, and there are almost like over 40 trades, whereby we have the work that happens in the office and the work that happens either outside the field, in the fields. So the many roles whereby doesn't demand a woman to wear her masculine boots to be able to perform. There are many roles where they can contribute into the construction industry while still staying in their true self. Yeah. Also want to appreciate initiatives taken by the Wire. Is it Wire or Wire, Ken?
Wire sounds more.
Wire. And also Meta National Cover for the efforts they keep putting in empowering the girl child into our industry. I think it's recommendable. Yeah.
And I mean, one of the books that we have right now in construction is called Building in Kenya. The two authors are women. But when you read that book, yes, it's good to appreciate women in construction. But when you read that book, you look at the professional aspect. It shouldn't matter to you who wrote it. Parting shots.
Parting shots. Let me be clear on this, on my stand on this topic.
Be clear.
The industries, actually all industries, are very murky in the sense that we as a people have preconceived minds on certain topics. And this gender equality is very emotive.
Yeah.
So we must do things right. We must empower right. We must employ right. We must be professional in every instance.
Sure.
Because at the end of this run, we want the construction industry, the built environment in Kenya and globally to move forward.
Sure.
We want to look back 10 years from now, say that because of that decision, we are here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, that's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. In case of any questions, in case of any comments, drop them down on our comment section. We acknowledge that I think last time we had an issue with Google Podcasts. We are working on that. So we will try to have our podcast on as many platforms as possible. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, gentlemen. It's a wrap.
Wool up, nigga. Wool up. Just wool up.
Okay, we're not done.
We're not done. Oh, sorry, we're not done. Also, I wanted to urge the girls. Also, the message to the girls. So, in the built industry, there's a big room, and you should take your space. So, in the situation, like if you're looking for a job, you see, when you go looking for a job, you should be like, "Hi, I'm who and who, and I can do this. Not that you're going to say, hi, I'm a girl, but I can do this. You see, you should go and say, hi, this is my name, but I'm able to do this and this and this. Know that you should be selling yourself, not selling the gender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like even the approach you use to get a job.
Yeah. Like you should not diminish yourself. You know, when you start like, oh, I'm a girl and I can do this. Already it shows that you see the 20,
the negative 20.
the negative 20. You're already putting yourself at the bottom.
Yeah.
You should step up and stand up here.
So your self awareness and self-confidence is also a key to push you to be in the top league. Yeah. Such that it is true for facts that we still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
But they can also do something on their end.
Yeah.
And that's why we have, ladies who are doing magnificently well in construction, in all other sectors, not just construction. So you also have a part to play on your own. We will support you as much as possible.
We'll empower you, but you need to be
You
aggressive.
also have to do your part, because for us, the way we sit here, we very much appreciate the beauty of our differences between men and women. So we don't look at it as a weakness, we look at it as a gift, as a blessing. So we appreciate your strengths, we appreciate your weaknesses. So do we appreciate our strengths as men. We appreciate our strengths, our weaknesses as men, and everybody's on a journey to improve. So should you. So don't just sit down and say, I'm a girl. I don't know whether it was between us or there's someone else outside who had a very, very big problem with this seat called women, right? But that's a story for another day. Do you? I'm thinking too far, and kumbe the culprit is here, but so is there anyone else who has a partition?
I think the guy says good with the secretary job.
Yes. And, in case you're looking for a secretary, any secretarial openings,
You have to find me.
please, we have a possible candidate here. Thank you so much. Take care.